Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and welcome to this heart-opening yoga flow. So we're going to start seated, finding a comfortable seat. When you've found that, you can close your eyes or you can softly gaze down at your knees or your feet. So we take these first few moments just to allow ourselves to arrive on our mats, putting an end to anything that has happened before now. As you take some slow, deep breaths to settle the body and to settle the mind. Settling the mind into this very present moment. And as this is a heart-opening flow, bringing your breath and your awareness into your heart space. As you breathe in, feel the expansion of the lungs, feel the opening of the chest. As you breathe out, relax. Bringing your awareness into the sensations of your body, if there is any. Root the seat into the ground and grow the crown of the head up to the sky. And then blink and open your eyes whenever you are ready. Taking the fingers, interlacing the hands and placing your hands on the back of your head. Inhale, spread your elbows wide, lift your chin. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, draw your elbows together, round through your back. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. A few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, everybody. And then release the hands and interlace the fingers behind the back. So you're sending the fingers down the back of the body as you inhale, open out through the chest. Nice. So you can't see my hands, but whenever we're going to do this a few times, it's easy for you to think that you can use your wrists to allow a little bit more space for the shoulders, but I want you to think about drawing the base of your hands together so that they're interlaced like that. If you do this, you're putting a lot of pressure into your wrists. So it might mean that you can't go as far, but that's absolutely fine. And then release. You're going to just take a last forward fold. Drop the chin, drop the head. Nice, everyone. And then making your way into an all fours position so that your bottom is over your knees. And then we're going to walk the hands to the corner of the mat and drop the chest, keeping the elbows lifted. Maybe the head comes down, maybe it doesn't. So we're in puppy pose. And again, noticing in that opening through the chest. And then lifting up, walking the hands back, sink the bottom to the heels as you take a rest in child's pose. Noticing the breath now in the back of your body. And that space in between the shoulder blades, your thoracic spine. From here, making your way back to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. You can take some movement here, or you can stay still. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. And then slowly start to roll up through your spine to stand. Lovely, everyone. At the top, take a nice shoulder roll. Take the hands behind, and again we're going to interlace the fingers, drawing the palms of the hands together. Send the hands down the lower back as you lift the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to fold forwards. So it's early on, so we're going to stay with the hands on the lower back. And as we move through this practice, maybe your hands start to lift off your lower back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Nice. Release the hands. Inhale, lift them over your head. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, the hands down, the feet step back, high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest. Inhale, roll through cobra. Exhale, we're coming to sink the bottom to the heels to come to kneeling. From here, lift the hips and tuck your toes underneath. Bring the hands to the lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. Nice. Open out through the chest. Lovely. And then come all the way back down. Hands come forwards. Lift the bottom, downward facing dog. And then walking the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. And then send the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. And again, you can stay with the hands on the lower back, or maybe start to reach them a little bit over the head. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Nice work, everybody. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands down, feet step back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest. Inhale to roll through cobra. Exhale, we're doing the same. We're sitting back on the heels. Take a moment. Inhale to lift up, tuck the toes underneath. This time, your left hand comes to your left heel. Start to sweep that right arm all the way around as you open out through the chest. And then send it back. Come back through the center. Right hand to right heel. Same thing, sweep that left arm around. Open out through the chest. Exhale, all the way back round. Hands come down. Lift the bottom, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to step your right foot to the top of the mat and bring your left foot in ever so slightly at a 45-degree angle. Lift all the way up, coming in to warrior one. Send the hands behind the body. Interlace the fingers, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Hands can stay on the lower back as we come into humble warrior, or you can send them over your head. Lovely. Release the hands down to the ground. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Doing the same on the opposite side. Left foot steps in, right foot in, 45 degrees. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind your body, lift your chest. Exhale to fold back down, humble warrior. Again, hands can stay there, or you can reach them over your head. And then wherever you are, hands come back down. Step it back, downward facing dog. And then lowering the knees. Bottom comes back onto the heels. You take a moment. And then we're lifting back up. Lift the hips back up. Tuck the toes underneath. Right hand to the right heel. Sweep that left hand all the way around. Open out through the chest. Nice, everyone. Bring the hand back round. Come through the centre. Left hand this time. Sweep it round and back. Nice. And then come all the way back to the centre. Come back to sit on your heels, and then we're going to send the feet from underneath us and reach the legs out in front. Lovely. Bring the right knee in towards your chest, and then bring that left hand behind your back. We're going to do what we did just now. So start to sweep that right hand in a big circle all the way around till it gets to your left arm. And then keep it going back. You can just keep doing this if you like. We're going to do one circle. Nice, nice and slow. On our next circle, I invite you to start to begin to lift the hips as that right arm comes past your left hip. Press into your right foot and lift the hip. So you're coming onto the edge of that left foot. Nice. And then keep circling all the way back. When it gets all the way around, dropping the hips back down. Nice, everyone. Reset to the centre. Send your right leg out. Bring your left leg in. We're going to do the same. So the right hand comes behind. And again, first of all, we'll just do a circle with the hips on the floor. So that left hand circles all the way around, like we did with that camel earlier. Keep going round. And then this next time, when that hand comes towards your right hip, you can press into that left foot, lift the hip. So you're coming onto the outside edge of that right leg. Keep circling that hand and then lower all the way back down. Lovely. Send that left leg out in front. Perfect. And then we're going to cross the legs and roll over, bringing the hands back down to the ground. You might need to shuffle back a little bit. And lifting the hips, we're coming into a downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lift the right leg into the sky to come into three-legged dog. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale out. You can stay here or the option is to start to come onto the outside edge of that left foot and bring your right leg all the way around and down to the ground below to come into Wild Thing. You were here in this same position just now, so it should feel familiar. To come out, right hand comes down, lift all the way back round, three-legged dog. Right foot comes down. We'll take a little minute to rest the wrists, sit back. You can do some nice circles with the wrists if that feels good. And don't worry if that wasn't something that's accessible to you. You can just work with practicing your three-legged dog if that feels comfortable, or just staying in a downward facing dog. Nice, everyone. So we're going to come back to downward facing dog, lifting the hips up into the sky. And then if you want to, send that left leg high. Three-legged dog. Nice. And then open that hip out. Bring that left foot down to the ground. I'm struggling for space. You might have a bit more space. Open out through the heart. Wild Thing. And then left hand comes down, reset back to the centre, maybe send that left leg high. Bring that left foot down, drop the knees, taking a child's pose, bottom to heels, forehead maybe down to the ground. Lovely, take a moment to breathe. And then walking the hands back to the knees, and then release your feet from underneath your bottom. Send the legs out in front. And then the left leg is going to be straight, and you're going to bring your right foot into the inside of your left hip, your left thigh, sorry. Nice. Right hand comes behind your right hip, and we're going to do those little circles with the hands. So that left hand starts to sweep all the way towards your right leg. You start to open out through the chest as you send that left arm all the way back and round. And again, my invitation on this next sweep for you is to press this time into the right knee and the shin of the right leg. And as you come round with that left hand, lifting the hips high into the sky. Keep circling all the way back down. As you lower, this time keep circling that left hand till it lands on your right knee. We'll take a twist. And come back through the center. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale to fold. Come back to center. Right leg reaches out. Left comes in to the inside of your right leg, sorry. Left hand behind the left hip. And then start that big circle round with that right arm. If you don't want to lift the hips, you can just do another one of these circles. If you do, when that right hand starts to come towards your left knee, press into that left leg, lifting the hips high, continuing that circle, getting that nice opening through the chest, and then lower back down. And again, when that right hand comes near your left knee, taking a twist. Come back through the center. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale to fold. Nice work, everyone. And then release the hands down. So our final little circle Might be one that's a little bit tricky. So if it is, you don't need to do it. You can, well, the first option is you can stay here with your hands pointing behind you and your feet are going to be hip width apart. If this is enough and you don't want to go through to the next part, you can gently sway your knees from side to side. And you stay here for as long as you like. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, the right hand plants into the ground and that left hand starts to circle. Play about with the position of that right hand. And as it gets so far, seeing if you can lift your hips, keep circling round, and then come all the way back down. Nice. And then we're going to do the other side. So the left hand behind your hip, start to circle that right arm round. When it gets behind your head, you can lift your hips, open out through the chest. Exhale, come all the way down. And then everybody release. We're going to roll all the way down onto the back of our bodies, hugging our knees into our chests. Take a few moments to breathe. And then bringing the feet down to the ground. So our final heart opener, we have a few options. So if you've got a cushion or a blanket or a block, you can lay your cushion, blanket or block down the center of your mat. And then you're going to roll down so that that block or whatever you've got is on the inside, in between your shoulder blades. And so as you roll down, notice that there's a really nice opening out through the chest. You can have your knees bent, you can have them straight, you can have the soles of the feet together with the knees out to the side. That's option one. If you've not got any of those things to hand, you can come into fish pose. So laying down on your backs, send your hands underneath your bottom. So almost like you are actually laying on your hands. And again, knees and feet can be wherever they feel comfortable for you. You're going to lift the chest and then lift onto your elbows. So bring your elbows in towards the center and then send your head back as far as it'll go. Maybe it meets the ground or maybe it's sort of dangling in space, doing what you want to with your feet. Lovely, everyone. Taking a few breaths, opening out through the heart. And then if you are in unsupported fish, start to tuck your chin. Remove your elbows from underneath. Remove your hands from underneath your bottom. If you're in that supported version, you can choose if you'd like to stay there, if it feels comfortable for you. We're moving into Shavasana. So if you'd like to stay in supported fish pose throughout Shavasana, you can do. If not, removing whatever you have as support from underneath you and finding your way onto the back of your body. I'm going to come to seated so that you can hear me. Feel free to do the same if you'd like a seated meditation as a finisher, or Shavasana is always the option. Close your eyes wherever you are. Take a moment to reconnect back to your breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Allowing your body to sink deeper into the ground with every exhale. To allow yourselves these final few moments of relaxation. And now starting to bring your awareness to your breath once more. If you would like, you can stay here for as long as possible. If not, start to slowly move your body as you make your way back up to a seated position with your eyes closed. When you've found that comfortable seat, gather the hands at the heart. Take one last deep breath in through the nose. Sigh to let it all go. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.